Welcome back, dear students, to class. And in this lesson, we are going to talk about Solang Solidity, try to look at the differences and history and some things like that, and the opportunity associated with it. So in the previous lesson, we discussed about the top programming, Web3 programming language, which is Solidity, the benefits, the advantages, which while writing some articles a few months ago, I coined those words and doing some courses, vanilla Solidity, to differentiate it from Solang Solidity. So what's the major difference? Vanilla Solidity is your normal Solidity you know of, that was introduced by Ethereum, and we have learned about it, that's used for Ethereum blockchain. So majorly, and then any other EVM compatible blockchain also adopt it. So I coined that as vanilla Solidity. Then for differentiating it from Solang Solidity. So what's Solang Solidity? Solang Solidity is a version of Solidity that has been adapted to work with non-EVM blockchains like Solana, Polkadot, and maybe more in the future. But the major one that uses it now is Solana and then Polkadot. So, and Solang actually come in form of like a compiler that help break things down. I seems to have an article that I've done previously on that. Let me search it out. Yeah, let's check through. You can check some of these articles were well detailed and helpful to learn more about Web3, Solana, more like that. So yeah, I think cool. You see, I did this illustration, and if you look at it, this is all that Solang Solidity is about. So you have your normal Solidity, and then here are some team of people from Hyperledger that decide like, okay, for other blockchain that are not EVM compatible, usually what used to happen is that when a blockchain like Avalanche is like a multi-language blockchain, but for them to also tap into the huge flow of developer on Ethereum and EVM blockchain, they need to make one of their chain, which is C chain, EVM compatible. So which means whatever contract you deploy on Ethereum, on Polygon, on other ones, you can deploy it on Avalanche C chain. So, but in the case of Solana, when they wanted to adopt Solidity, they didn't change the architecture or create a chain on Solana to adapt to EVM. So what they happen to do is to collaborate with Hyperledger and create the Solang, which is now a compiler. You can say LLVM or PF or SBF binary, and convert it to work with Solana program. So that's in a nutshell what you are seeing here, with Solidity compiled to Solang with some tweak here and there. So and then bring it down to this SBF LLVM, which like Rust also gets compiled to it before they work on the Solana blockchain. Just like Ethereum or EVM, normal Solidity don't just work straight on EVM blockchain. They get compiled to what is called bytecodes. So it's that bytecode that is consumable by this blockchain, maybe Ethereum, and now in case of Solana. So that's what Solang, and that's what brought me to coin that word of like, okay, let's have vanilla or native Solidity, and then we have Solang Solidity, so that there could be differences when you're talking about. You don't just say Solidity and get confused, because there are lots of things, basic things. When you look at Solang is a Solidity compiler targeting various blockchain, including Solana. While Solidity is synonymous with Ethereum, Solang opens the door for Solidity developers to venture into Solana ecosystem. It translates Solidity code into a format compatible with non-EVM blockchain, maintaining the core principle of Solidity while adapting to different blockchain architecture. So now, when that adaptation brought about challenges, which I've seen a lot of people, Solidity developer, let's say vanilla Solidity developer, have like, oh, they think this is just another EVM compatible blockchain. They can just jump, copy smart contracts from EVM or Ethereum, and then, no, it's not, because one of the challenges is code adaptation. Directly porting Ethereum Solidity code to Solana isn't straightforward, because Solana unique blockchain architecture necessitates rewriting and adapting part of the Solidity code. So I already have a course, this for Solidity. So if you want to learn about Solidity, but for that's the vanilla Solidity. Then for Solang Solidity, there's also a course here. You can see it, Solang Solidity for Solana, which goes in depth about comparing everything that makes them different while we are learning, and at the end of the day, you are able to build a real life Solidity smart contract, which would be an SPL token. That is equivalent of ERC20 token on Ethereum or EVM using vanilla or native Solidity. But when you are using Solang Solidity, there are a lot of things that are common, it's the same, but a lot of tweak had to be done to adapt it to Solidity, to Solana. So you will learn a lot of those things in this course. It's free as well. You can enroll for it. So those are the learning curve, because developers must familiarize themselves with the nuance of Solana blockchain. So those are the two things you need to learn and understand. Solana blockchain is totally a different game on its own as a blockchain, so compared to what you are used to on EVM. So you don't just want to jump, and then too, you also need to get familiar with Solang itself, the compiler, because of the way Solana works. It has forced it to adjust something. So there are some things you may access on native or vanilla Solidity, like message.sender representing the person interacting with the smart contract, which is not available on Solana, because Solana deals with multiple wallets, multiple person can interact. Each time there's even a transaction, there's multiple wallets, because, for example, even the smart contract use two wallets. There's one that represents the code aspect, like I've explained for you here, and there's one dealing with the data, compared to Ethereum or EVM that is just this single one, has the code and everything together. So those are part of the things you will need to understand, that it's not just direct. So, but it also brings opportunity, because the reality is that because Ethereum has the largest number of developers, there's less opportunity and EVM when compared, except if the EVM is just starting out as a blockchain, just starting out layer 2 or things like that, or layer 1 but EVM compatible. You may still see, and we'll be partnering with some project like that on the PU, where you'll be able to expand with your Solidity, your native and vanilla Solidity straight on them. But aside from that, established blockchain like Solana, that is also fast growing, has a lot of opportunity with like Super Team, where I showed you how I make about $20,000 in 6 months on Super Team with $0 with my Web3 development skill, with Solidity, majorly. You understand what I'm saying? So using Solang. So all these opportunities are there. It's so new, a lot of things. So you can take advantage of that. You can take the course as well. So a lot of things you can take advantage of now. So with the Solidity, Solang Solidity on Solana. So, and there are some tools that help you, like Solang compiler, Anchor framework used for Rust on on Solana, but now adapted to also work with Solang Solidity. So then Solana to suit all those things. You have everything well detailed in some of these posts, and at the same time in this Solang Solidity course as well. So you can check it out. So those are the difference when you hear vanilla Solidity or native Solidity and you hear Solang Solidity. You know they are same Solidity but adapted, and that has forced some things to be different. That's why you cannot copy purely 100%. For example, now you can copy 100% smart contract on Ethereum and just deploy it on Polygon, deploy it on Avalanche with just maybe the token changes. You understand? When you deal with it, you deal with Avax on Avalanche and deal with on Polygon. Yeah, you deal with Matrix. That was the former name of the blockchain before they changed it, but they didn't change the token. So you deal with Matrix, you get. Apart from that, you don't have issue. But when you are talking about Solana, Solang Solidity, there are a lot that need to be adjusted to fit the architecture. So, for example, Solang Solidity on Solana, we still need some tweak when working on Polkadot. You understand? So maybe in future we'll also partner and do some courses on Polkadot. But that's to tell you, because each of those blockchain are different. Assuming they are adapted for EVM, it's just EVM, but they are not adapted. Each of them have their own unique. Even though Polkadot and Solana uses Rust, they have different kind of architecture. You understand? So that's why the adaptation is a bit different. So those are the things you should explore, and we will explore in the courses we are doing on the program, with especially with the 100 days we launched, to taking you from non-coder to becoming a pro Web3 developer. So make sure you take all these courses as well. That's it. I remain on Foske of the Program University. Keep the programming spirit high and alive. And please always do good to humanity with your knowledge, your programming skill, and not evil, to make the world and the universe a better place for us all. That's it. See you in the next lesson. Peace.